Hey guys, Mark Thompson here. Thank you for becoming a new member of the Six Figure Mastermind coaching program. This is the first week of the core training where we're really going to be going in depth into the overall business model of becoming a six-figure mastermind student. So what I want to do in this video is just talk about the overall business model, which will then lead into the business mindset that you really need to be in to be successful with building a sustainable business online. So let's dive right into it. So the first thing is the overall characteristics that you need to have with your business model. So the first thing is, regardless of what you are doing in your business, you need to provide value. Okay, regardless of whatever niche you go into, whatever type of products you create, if you're not adding additional value that someone couldn't just get from reading, a free blog post, you're not really going to build credibility with your audience. So regardless of if it's sending an email, creating a video, it needs to be of high value. Okay, so in this type of circumstance, what we're really trying to do is build quality, not quantity, and make sure that everything is delivering extreme value. Okay, the next thing is you need to be honest, truthful, and transparent with yourself. You need to be yourself. If you've noticed, over the last few years, the internet marketing industry has gotten kind of a bad rep, and for good reason, because of all of the unethical marketers out there that were using a lot of smoke and mirrors to make money online. And as you have probably seen, those people have come and gone. And the people who are truly successful online are those who are honest, truthful, and transparent. So you need to make sure that you are open about what it is that you're teaching people, that if it's something that they can't make money, within a week, that you need to be honest with them and set realistic expectations. Very similar to what I have tried to do before you became a member of the Six Figure Mastermind program, is I tried to, really have you understand that you do need to be dedicated. You need to have passion for what you're doing, and it's not something that just happens overnight. Okay, regardless of what you've heard in the past and all the push button pieces of software that are supposed to make you millions, there really isn't anything like that. And if there was, everybody would be doing it and everyone would be making a lot of money, and it'd be a lot easier than what it actually is to make money. Okay. The third thing is you need to have the ability to adapt. And what I mean by that is that this is an ever-changing industry, especially internet marketing, where there are different technologies, there's different ways of driving traffic and acquiring leads and selling to people. There's so many different things that you need to just adapt to in the market. So just make sure that you're open to that and that you're constantly keeping your eyes and ears open for new things that are happening in the market. Okay, the fourth thing is this is not your get rich quick scheme. Like I've said a million times, okay, the whole point is to get rich forever, okay, not quickly, forever. Okay, we want to build a long-term sustainable business, not just make $10,000 in your first month and then be done. Okay, we want this to happen and pay you end over end, and you will get there, but just remember, this is a process. This is a long-term commitment that you need to make to yourself and to our six-figure mastermind group. Okay. The next thing is you need to be a leader. Okay, you need to be a thought leader. You need to this kind of goes together, which I didn't write in here, is get out of your comfort zone. Okay, a lot of people are afraid to get on video or speak publicly or just do things that they are not comfortable with. Okay, in order to really grow as a professional entrepreneur, internet marketer, you need to be a leader. You need to get out of your comfort zone. Okay, so and that's something that I had to learn early on, is that I hated doing video. I was terrified to do video. Now I'm much more comfortable delivering sales videos or doing these types of trainings. And years ago I would have never done it, but I forced myself to become a leader, get out of my comfort zone, and now it just becomes much more natural. Okay, and you will acquire those skills as you practice. Okay, so be a leader. Put yourself out there. Really try to better the industry that you're in, and you're going to see great results. Okay. And probably, last but not least, accept and embrace failure. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now that you are going to fail. Okay, I failed so many times I couldn't even tell you. I failed way more times than I've been successful, and it's just a part of being an entrepreneur, being an internet marketer. Okay, being in anything that you do, you're going to fail more than you're going to be successful. But what you need to understand is, if you learn from your failures, you're going to be much more successful, and you're going to learn from your mistakes, and you're going to learn the path to success much easier. Okay, and part of this coaching program is to minimize failure. Okay, but you need to have in your mind, in your mindset, that you need to embrace failure. Okay, you need to understand that it's going to happen, and you need to learn from your mistakes and get stronger from it. Okay. So let's talk about planning. Okay, you need to plan everything that you do. Okay, it doesn't need to be that you plan for 6 to 12 months and never take action, but you need to have some sort of, at least a rough draft of where you want to go. Okay, so that's why I said plan ahead, but don't look too far ahead. Okay, if you try to plan 3 to 5 years down the road, things are going to change. I mean, when I was 3 to 5 years ago, I had no idea where I would be today. And so you need to, again, be able to adapt. You need to plan 6 to 12 months ahead, but don't try to plan too far. Have an understanding of your long-term goals and a basic understanding of how you want to get there, but do not try to plan to a T, because there's so many variables that come into play as you move forward that you're not going to be able to take those into consideration, and things are going to change. You may find a new partnership that puts you into a different direction, and you may have new resources a year down the road that you didn't have before. And so you need to just be able to adjust your strategy as you move forward, but you need to have some sort of plan. Okay. Another thing is, don't take too much at once. Okay, and what I mean by that is, do not take on project after project after project, because what happens is you get overwhelmed, you try to do too much, and nothing ends up getting done. So what I would recommend is, I always have 2, 3, 4 different projects going at one time, but at first, I started off with one or two projects, and I got good at those things that I was doing. And then as I had more time, as I had more resources to allocate towards new projects, I was able to do more in a shorter amount of time. But don't try to overwhelm yourself, especially in the very beginning. So stay focused on one thing. Make sure that you do it well, and then move on to the next thing. Okay, the last thing you want to do is have 100 different things going on, and you just get so overwhelmed that you can't get anything done. Okay, but at the same time, be flexible and always keep opportunities open. Okay, I always do that, but you need to understand a good opportunity and a bad opportunity, because as you grow and as you start to form more relationships, more opportunities are going to open to you. And it's hard to do this, and I still have a hard time saying no to someone when it's a good idea. It could be a good product that you're looking to partner with them on, or a good just a good opportunity in general. And it's okay to say no, but make sure that you're saying no to the right types of opportunities. Okay, if it doesn't meet your overall long-term goals and strategies, what you're trying to do with your business, it's okay to say no. Okay, even if you're going to make a good amount of money off it, if it's going to hurt you from getting to your long-term goals, then you may need to say no. But always be open and flexible to opportunities. And you may need to adjust your strategy to take on an opportunity that you just can't resist. Okay. Again, have clear goals. Okay. So when I started, back when I was 23, 24, I had some clear goals of what I wanted to do. Okay. And it could be financially, it could be, your family life. I had, just to kind of give you an example, I wanted to be able to pay off my mortgage by the time I'm 30 years old. Okay. I'm not 30 years old yet, but I've basically done that. So I've reached that financial goal. Now another goal was I had a child a year ago, and I want to be able to spend more time with my family, with my wife and my daughter, right? So that's another goal away from the financial side of things. So what I've done in my business is I've been able to allocate more of the tedious tasks, the things that are time consuming, to virtual assistants, to other employees to handle that stuff, so I have time to spend with my family. Now, everybody has different goals, okay? So you need to understand what your goals are. Okay, create a list of 30, 60, and 90-day goals. Okay, that's what I like to do. Yes, I have long-term year goals, 1, 2, 3, 5 years down the road, but I try to create goals, especially for my individual projects. Like, okay, I want to get this project done within the next 60 days, and then I outline exactly what needs to happen to reach that goal. Or I'd like to go on a trip with my family in 90 days. Well, what do I need to do to make sure that I have enough time to go away for a week and not worry about things? So write down those goals. Make sure that you have short-term goals, and don't try to plan too far into the future. Okay, let's talk about diversity. This is really, really important, especially for the six-figure model that we're talking about here, is don't put all of your eggs into one basket. Okay, and the reason I say that is because if you do that and one source of revenue dries up and that's your only source of revenue, well, then you have no other ways of making money. So, you want to have a balance, okay? Have a balance of short-term and long-term goals, as well as a balance between kind of conservative and risky projects. Okay, and I'll give you a really good example. So a conservative project is the monthly clients that I have that I work with on a regular basis. They're local offline clients that I help with SEO, pay-per-click, social media type projects. These are monthly retainers that I know is going to be money in the bank every month. Okay, now I also have some riskier projects where I do product creation. Okay, so when I do a product, you don't know if it's going to be successful or not. You're not sure exactly how much money you're going to make from it, so you can't really bank on that income. Okay, affiliate revenue. So if I promote a product and I make affiliate income from it, I know that I'm going to make probably X number of dollars, but I can't bank on it because it may be the promotion may fail. So you need to have a good balance, and you need to diversify in your business. Okay. Continue to build assets that pay. And what I mean by that is if you can build a website, okay, that's profitable and is making you money through through advertisements, or just it's a product that just is sitting there in the background and it's an evergreen kind of product and people are promoting it. What you want to do is be able to build assets, okay, so that are always paying you. Like another example, I have a link building service that I offer. Okay, so I know that those are monthly clients that I'm getting revenue from, that are paying to have link building done for their websites. Okay, that is an asset that I built and a system that I built where people are paying on a regular basis, and I have that whole system in place where it's kind of a well-oiled machine, and I don't need to be a part of that on a daily basis. Okay. And the other thing is building relationships. Okay, diversify how you build your relationships. When I first started building relationships, I met a lot of people in the Warrior Forum. Okay, and so there's a lot of good relationships that I've built who are people just strictly in the Warrior Forum. But there's so many other niches within internet marketing where people are hanging out on ClickBank, on other forums, other websites, just independent business owners and entrepreneurs that I wanted to build relationships with, and that just helps you to diversify your relationships and your reach. Okay. Perfection. Let's talk about this. Now, this is a big one, especially when I first started. I was a perfectionist, and I still kind of am today, but I've learned to kind of let some things go. The thing is, you don't need to strive for perfection, okay? Or else nothing is going to get done. And that's what I was doing when I first started. Was my first product launch, I wanted to make sure that everything was down to a T perfect. And if you do that, things are never going to get done. You're never going to move at the pace that you want to and meet your goals when you want to. So just remember that you don't, it doesn't have to be perfect, but obviously you want to do a quality job. Just don't, sit there and try to make everything so perfect that you never get anything done. And start small, okay? I mean, don't try to take on a project that's going to, a large project that has so many different components to it that it's just overwhelming you, and you're trying to be perfect on everything. So start small. I always recommend diving right in and getting your hands dirty. That's the best way to learn anything. So the things that we're going to train you on in this coaching course, the best way to do it is to get your hands dirty and do it yourself. Now, obviously, there's going to be certain skills that you don't have that you need to outsource, which is fine. But if you can, get your hands dirty, whether it's writing copy, creating video content, building relationships, whatever it is, get right in there and just start doing it. So building to scale. Now this is a big part of taking your business and really growing it to something special. So now internet businesses are probably the easiest business to scale if you do it correctly. The reason is that you can have little overhead, right? You can do it right out of your home. A lot of people in our industry, they're just contractors that you hire out, whether it's a designer, a programmer, a copywriter. So really all you need is a computer, an internet connection, and you may need a few pieces of software. But other than that, you really have the majority of the materials that you need to scale your business. Okay. Again, it's inexpensive and flexible. And so what you want to do is you want to spend your time, the most amount of your time, worrying about strategy and scaling. Okay. Because this is what saves you time and money in the long run. Okay. So a good example is using the wrong CMS. So sorry, I didn't finish that. If I were to use a CMS that is not search engine friendly, okay, and I launched a website and it wasn't getting indexed by the search engines, I would have to go back, create, install a whole new CMS, put the content in there, all that kind of stuff, and it cost me a lot of time and a lot of money to do that. So it's important to make sure that you focus on your strategy and scaling before you actually implement. Okay, it's going to save you so much more time on the back end. So let's talk about maximizing your return on investment. So, maximizing each subscriber, okay? Treat your subscribers like gold, okay? Because especially I'm talking about your email subscribers, your list, because these are the people that are going to continue to buy from you, and you can remarket to them time and time again, okay? Maximize each buyer, okay? When someone buys from you, they may buy your front-end products, but you have to remember that anyone who's willing to buy from you once is probably willing to buy from you again. So have quality upsells or cross sells or joint ventures with other people where you can maximize each purchase that someone, a product that someone buys from you. Have complementary products or services that you can offer each buyer or subscriber. Okay, if someone's willing to buy a link building course from you, they may want to buy a link building service as well. So try to, when you create products, think about that and have them be complementary. Okay, you also want to worry about tweaking offers and funnels to improve conversions. Okay, if you can take your conversion rate from 10 to 20%, well, you've just doubled the amount of income that's coming in from that product. So it's important to tweak offers and funnels. Okay, and spend time on things that make you money. Okay, a lot of people get caught up in the day-to-day tasks like Twitter and Facebook and Skype and all these things that really are not making them money. Okay, you need to sit back and think about that. What is making you money? How analyze how the revenue that's coming in from your business, where is it coming from, and then work appropriately or accordingly. So I know that creating products, getting new local offline clients, doing affiliate promotions, that's what makes me money in my business. So I need to focus on those things and figure out how to scale them. Okay, and start and drop projects that don't make you money. Okay, I know it's hard to do that, especially if you've been working on something for a while. But don't be afraid to cut something off if it's just not making you money. Maybe the product is just there's no demand for it, or whatever the reason is, it's not making you money. Don't be afraid to drop products that are not making you money. Okay, so Right now, what I want to do is show you the current business model that I'm using today. Okay, this is a webinar that I did, and it's really going to show you. It's a mind map, and it's going to show you exactly my business model, and it's going to break down each component of my business, and it's going to show you, the different long-term and short-term strategies that I have, and projects and products that I have, and it's really going to put it in a perspective, and hopefully you can take that and replicate it for your business. All right, so I'll see you on the webinar.